come on. Is it okay if... I don't know if I'm able to really rotate this device. It says rotate, and there's no way to get around that. Rotate device. There's no way to get around that. Save highlight, share, mute microphone. There's no way to get around. Man. I guess. Let me just make my adjustments then. I'm pretty sure I could be heard, right? Yeah. Okay, so I was using this device, but this device is starting to look very worthless now with YouTube, at least. I could hook up my audio thing to it and just kind of put the camera phone in there, but now YouTube won't even allow me to have it horizontal. That's a shame. Alright, I only got 69% battery life. It's because I was out and about in Hickman checking out all the abandoned buildings. That was a lot of fun. And fascinating too. Very tired from doing that. Alright. Oh, there's an ant. Toss him down. Alright. I don't know if... Well, okay. Maybe just kind of sit on the edge. This falls. Wow. We'll find out. Alright. So this is Hickman. And as you can see, I got sweat stains from wearing my backpack. And a lot of the sweat came from being in abandoned houses, the hot abandoned houses. So it was a real stuffy experience inside a lot of those abandoned houses. But I got some unique observations of this area. This is a very unique place. They got half the buildings are abandoned. I mean, no doubt about it. They've like, it looks like the people got too old, and just things just they died out. This is another Mississippi town on the Mississippi River that's died out, on the process of dying out. And there were some process of they attempted some revitalization. They attempted it. And I could see the abandoned projects, the abandoned houses, and then the subsequent abandoned projects to fix these abandoned houses. But this is quite an amazing place. I'm going to just pick this up a minute. You can see the river base over there. There's a river, and that's not even the Mississippi. It's just a flooding branch, a flooded branch of the Mississippi called something else in this town. All right, let me say my first impression when I first, oh my God. I don't know if these bumblebees show up on camera, but gosh, they buzz right by my ear. Oh, I'll just say this quick. This town is invaded by thousands and thousands of bumblebees all over the place. All right. So when I first got here, there was a different flag up. All right, I came here for the library, which is that building next to the truck, and they're doing some kind of carpet work. I don't have library Wi-Fi. I'm actually using my hotspots. But I first pull in, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people pull in here and start standing underneath that flag. And it was a ratty flag, not that flag, the flag before it. A kind of a ratty flag, not as bad as that other town, Ripley, the ripped flag in Ripley. Not as bad as that. It was frayed. This one was frayed at the ends, and it was smaller too. So these like 10 people come out, and then they brought out this flag, and there's somebody in a soldier uniform. And let me just say that there's a Coast Guard place nearby here in this town, and I recorded a little bit. They got some weird stuff at that Coast Guard place. But this is a new flag. They just replaced the flag today, and they went through it with a ceremony, saluting as it was going up. I recorded a little bit of that ceremony. They retired the old flag with this ceremony. I didn't catch what group it was that did it, but I'm like, what timing? Because I just saw that flag at the library in Ripley, Tennessee, and I complained about it, and I don't think that they decided to fix this flag on account of my complaining about Ripley. They probably don't have a clue, but it's just the timing of it all. I caught the Ripley flag and recorded that, and I recorded a little bit of this flag, this old flag that they had. I'm like, why are these people standing underneath this at this flagpole? And I look up at the flag and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty ripped. So I zoom in on it to show the ripping a little bit. And then they go and replace it with the ceremony that lasted almost an hour. Mostly older people, maybe probably former soldiers. So that was done. And yeah, I have a hotspot that works. So I walk around a little bit, and I get slowed down in my movement. Yeah, that video will be shared as part of a vlog. I got like 30 minutes of walking around abandoned houses. There's so many. It's given me a little bit of a breathing problem, having walked through so many. But my first impression was that flag, and then the flag ceremony that happened afterward. My second impression are all these bumblebees. And you might see them, you might hear them. They're fighting each other. They're in a constant battle with each other, not really flying in front of me. But there's bumblebees all over the place, all over the whole city. At the old jail that I checked out, on the outskirts of the city. Yeah, here's one right here. He's not going to get on camera though. They hover in place. Sometimes they stretch out their legs. They're so big, I can see them stretching out their legs. I can see them sprawl out their legs. A lot of them like to hover like right here. Yep, there's one. And they'll hover around here, and then when another bumblebee gets too close to it, it'll attack it. Sometimes they get intertwined and they grab onto each other so hard that they both fall to the ground. And when hornets come by, they'll attack the hornets. I mean, these are bumblebees. No, there's really not any flowers around. These are bumblebees that I could swat. I could actually literally swat them out of the air. And there's so many of them. They're so thick all around. if I did any sudden movements, I would actually hit one on accident. Nope, there's no dandelions anywhere. Oh, okay, there's a few of the, okay. There's some dandelions around. Maybe I'm blocking the view. Here, let me step back a little bit. Let me go sit a little further back. Maybe some will get in between me and the camera. Because they really like this shelter a lot. Okay. These, and I want to move slowly because I could bump into a bumblebee so easily. They get so close to me, and I will hover. I could like look down on them, and they don't like really freak out. They just hover under me, but they're moving so much that they don't hover more than 3 to 4 seconds in one spot. There goes one chasing another one. It reminds me of the hummingbirds that sound like crickets in Victor, Colorado. The only place you'll see it. Oh, there's one right in front of me. They won't land on me. I never see them land on anything. The only time I seen them touch the ground was when the two got entangled with each other and then fell to the ground. And that was when I was riding my bicycle around. Oh, I just watched a bumblebee take a poop. That's great. I'm probably walking in my socks and bumblebee poop, actually. They're so big, they have, everything is visible on them. You can see their legs, you can watch them take a poop. You can see them outstretch their legs when they're about to attack another bumblebee. And I've never seen so many in one place. You know, I've been to places where they got little bumblebee houses you could buy at Walmart or something, or at farm and feed stores. The bumblebee shacks or whatever, they're little tubes or something, and they got them looking like little houses. And I'll see them on trails when I'm walking around in, I don't know, Utah, just any state, Missouri. They got them all over the place. But I never see bumblebees. I don't see a single bumblebee shack here, and there's thousands of them across the whole town, all over. This town is infested, and it's the cutest infestment I've ever encountered. They don't attack me. I think they sting. I'm not exactly sure, but it's one of the cutest infestations behind that other type of hovering bee. Maybe I can get, oh, no, oh, maybe I can kind of coax one into getting in front of the camera or it'll sting me. If one gets kind of close, like this one, maybe, okay. Oh, no, he went straight up. Yeah, they run, they move away, but they keep coming back. They're back and forth all day. Ever since this morning. I think this is just what they do. I don't know how they get their food. They're taking poops. But I don't know what they're eating exactly. Okay, maybe I can coax this one. Over to the right. No, he goes straight up. So their solution is to go straight up. Oh, some might have flown in front of the camera. Whoop, they're chasing each other. Some of the most aggressive, or some of just the largest number in it. I mean, along the Mississippi, I always assumed that the infestations, you couldn't change your name. You changed your name more than 5 times, so you got to wait like 90 days. Yeah, I've been assuming that along the Mississippi, it's mostly the gnats ooh. One just flew straight at me. The gnats are usually bad on the Mississippi. And now I wonder, do bumblebees attack gnats? I mean, it's not exactly that time of year for gnats, I don't think. But gnats are the worst on the Mississippi, at least in Louisiana, Missouri, and in many other parts. Hannibal, Missouri. I think they're just bad up and down the Mississippi, but the Mississippi River. I not seeing them here. And I'm on a hill, as you could see. Once again, I'll show. Let me slowly move so I don't bump into any bumblebees. As you could see, I'm along the Mississippi River. It's all, you can see trees in this flood zone. So those trees don't normally grow in that flood zone. The trees came first before the flooding. And then, yeah, you can see this is a old Carnegie museum that's now old Carnegie Library that's now a museum next to the library. So they didn't really move they just made a whole new building for, oh, wow. I dropped something. Oh, see, I nearly bumped into a bumblebee right there. These bumblebees are crazy though. Oh, I could sit on one. I could turn my head and my nose would hit one. It's so insane. And it's not just in this shack. I bicycled around the whole town now. Checked out a lot of abandoned buildings. And there's bumblebees around it. And it's really interesting to be able to just sit and watch hundreds and hundreds of bumblebees flying all over the place. I'm sure scientists must have been alerted, must have like done some research on this. Because I mean, I've been in cities where they just let like almost hundreds of chickens run around, like that city in California, DeCastro or whatever it's called, California. There's chickens all over the city. You know, there's places where swallows take over big parts of the city. There's places where there's bad flies. There's that city in Minnesota that has mosquitoes in the daytime. Cities with gnats all over the place. It's unexplainable how it works. Capistrano? No, that doesn't sound familiar. There's some northern California city that's overrun with chickens. And yeah, and then the Langley and Washington on the Whidbey Islands is overrun by these hybrid tame rabbits that are partly wild. And then they're just all over the place. I mean, more on the fairgrounds, but they reach into the city too. And I could hear coyotes off in the distance. I'm pretty sure the coyotes are feasting on them. But these rabbits stay just out of range of me being able to pet them. So I don't like vertical stream either. What was this? A long statement. Could use some bumblebees here. Yeah, there's a ton. You could catch these. Use a butterfly net, and then you could catch some bumblebees. You could catch a lot here. They got little white noses. I don't know how that works. I never really noticed. One just attacked another. I never really noticed white noses on bumblebees. Oh, you might have. But they're showing me respect as long as I move slow. They show respect for space. They get out of the way. But if you don't want to move if you move too fast, you'll smack them. You'll actually hit them. Because they really get a little too close. Oh yeah, otters. There's otters. Okay. Yeah, there's places with full of blue jays. I was sleeping in the past couple of Walmarts that the robins love to sing at 1 a.m. They can't fall back to sleep, So they just start singing in the Walmart parking lots at 1 a.m. All right, I don't know. I don't really have any other observations to make. I went down to the ferry, and it's $20 cash. I'm not paying that. Then this is the only. Whoa, there's like 5 of them. It's just a group, like a gang. They all prefer the right side of. Maybe I can record just. Let me just try a different angle for this camera. They really like that right side. I'm gonna try to capture, if it's possible. See if they get caught on the camera that way. They're pretty big, so when they fly in front, they should be visible. They just like hanging out in this area. And they're strong in numbers. Did any show up? I can't really see the screen very well. They're just, there's some just, they do a hover. Oh, there's 2. Yeah, they kind of got in the camera there. It's not easy. But I guess I just wanted to capture them a little bit and just make a note that bumblebees are very numerous around here. And half the town is abandoned. Whoops, careful. Okay, one of my favorite spots is the campground near Salt Creek. Salt Creek in Kentucky, or what state? Talking to Hugger. Oh, local. Oh, Washington. Okay. Land on my. Yeah, did it have a white nose, Lisa? I mean, there's different kinds of bumblebees out there. Maybe I could just reverse the camera and do this. Start seeing them easier. They really group up. They got a kind of an issue with grouping up. Yeah, you can see them. Some will just hover in one spot. There's nothing here. It's just somewhere to stop and hover. They've just gotten comfortable doing this, like what swallows do, and swallows like to circle around their nest. There's a hover. Then he gets attacked. Goes nuts. There's a hover. Not even 2-second hover. There's a hover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-second hover. That's a long hover. And then the light bugs, and that's a long hover. And you can see it there. The light up bugs in Iowa, they kind of hover up and down. But I thought they were only preferring this table. But when I tried to do my picnic table fitness on that table, they were grouping up over there too. They're just really back and forth. So this is a place that's got a lot of bumblebees. So that's a hover. I don't think I could just zoom in. They're so fast. Here's a hover. You can kind of see its wings. Oh, and then another bumblebee attacks it. Oh, and yeah, they hover until they get attacked. See, they stretch. I don't think that shows up on camera. They stretch out their claws ready to grab each other, like they're gonna wrestle in the air. It's crazy. Oh, here's a hover. And just gonna hover. Fly in place, kind of backing up slowly. Looking around, he looks to his left and it's right. And then it gets attacked. Oh, another hover. Right next to me. Oh, there he goes. Now they're attacking. Oh, and there's a hornet. And the hornet gets attacked. And there's a hover. He's like, maybe they're hovering looking for a fight. They're trying to kill each other out here. There's so many of them that it's like a fight club for bumblebees around here. You can even hear them smack into each other. And they can damage their wings and they can't repair those wings. It's a fight club for bumblebees. I don't see hares. Look at they just look to the left, look to the right, gone. And this is all over the town for some reason. They got some kind of freakish growth pattern. And I'll find out. I'll explore around north of here more and see if there's any more bumblebees. But I think it's a freakish thing. I think that there's a good chance that this is just one of those freak areas that has an incredible number of bumblebees around fighting each other. All right. Is there a queen? Do bumblebees need queens? I don't know how that works. All right, my battery life isn't the best, so I'm gonna stop this.